friendship that'll never ever end.
We expected a massive Monday Night Raw for the Firefly Funhouse and Bray Wyatt, and you know what? WWE delivered. What an absolute masterpiece. From the very start of the show, when we saw Randy Orton in the ring, we saw the Firefly Funhouse, and to the very end, the main event, Randy Orton versus Bray Wyatt, absolutely incredible. But we are interrupting this video. Please make sure you hit the like button. It really does help the video and support the video on YouTube. If you are new to the channel, we do this pretty much every Monday. Make sure you subscribe, share the video so your friends can find it, and let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below. Back to the video. Now, it was advertised that Randy Orton would invite himself to the Firefly Funhouse tonight on Raw, but that didn't happen. Randy did not go to the Firefly Funhouse, and I think it didn't happen for a very specific reason. I think Bray Wyatt knew of the invitation, so he therefore brought the Firefly Funhouse to Randy Orton. Orton challenged Bray to a match, and of course that then led to the masterpiece that ended Monday Night Raw. Of course, I kind of feel like that was smart. You didn't really want Randy travelling to the Funhouse, and having a match with Funhouse Bray instead is just as awe-inspiringly cool. Of course, Bray Wyatt seemingly just laughed at everything Randy Orton seemingly tried to do to hurt him, which I think is perfection. It also led to a great moment I think you're going to see a lot of when he chased Tom Phillips over the announce table, and then he said, "Yowie wowie, we'll be right back!" Even literally blowing Randy Orton a kiss as he was about to enter the ring. It was all mind games. Now, we did get some new imagery of The Fiend. This is obviously advertised in WWE TLC 2020. This was really, really cool. You can see here, like, the red in the background. We got this advertisement picture of the match as well. Fiend and Alexa, obviously, versus Randy Orton. So it does look like Alexa Bliss is going to be ringside for the big TLC match, which I think is a really good thing. We're going to see what she can do. Hopefully she takes out Orton like she did John Morrison. That was super cool, and I want to see it happen again. But we've got to talk about the ending of Raw. OMG. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I did not see that coming at all. Of course, Raw is live, but obviously during COVID there isn't a live audience. So you can suspend belief a little bit and sort of tweak the live thing just a little bit, because obviously they wouldn't have been able to get the Fiend to transform straight away like that. So obviously it wasn't live right at the end, I don't think. But really, really well done by WWE. The whole transformation thing with a Thunderdome shutting down, the lights going off. Obviously you can't see people in the Thunderdome. Makes a lot of sense. And of course we got to talk about Randy Orton being a victim now of the Fiend. He has now taken a mandible claw, which is what we always theorize is what helps to change people. So now Randy Orton has started that path with the Fiend. Looks interesting. But here comes everyone's favourite segment of things you might have missed. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, it's Firefly Funhouse. Puppet Watch! Honestly, I've got neighbours and I've got to be really careful how I do that. It's now 4:30 a.m. But we did have Abby the Witch as a judge on the brand new, absolute smash hit game show, Let's Get Randy. Honestly, I want a board game of this, please, WWE Shop. Of course, yep, foul mouth and all, Abby the Witch was back. All the other Funhouse puppets were on buzzer duty. They were the contestants, and I thought that was super cool. The fact that you have all three puppets in that role, smart. We also saw Ramblin' Rabbit in Randy Orton's locker room. He knocked the door, no one was there, and then seconds later, Ramblin' Rabbit appeared from behind the door. Genius by WWE, sheer genius, and this is why I think Bray Wyatt brought the Funhouse to Randy Orton. Literally, it's the mind games. The whole match was mind games. Randy Orton is now scared before TLC. We saw the return again of the crucifix. Again, this is Sister Abigail's crucifix, but this time Bray Wyatt gave us more information about it. He told us it was crafted from wood from the Tree of Knowledge. It was forged by St. Louis' most skilled shaman of the dark arts. Now, St. Louis, Missouri is where Randy Orton was from. If this actual crucifix comes from St. Louis, and we know it's Sister Abigail's crucifix, does that mean Sister Abigail is from St. Louis, Missouri, just like Randy Orton? It's where he's built from, at least. So I kind of think that's really interesting and maybe something to listen to. Obviously, he told us the history about Randy Orton wielding it to destroy the heart of Sister Abigail and all that stuff. But just that line, forged by St. Louis' most skilled shaman of the dark arts, we know Abby is a witch. It would make sense, therefore, that Abigail crafted it and she's from St. Louis. We also got an update on Friendship Frog. We've been wondering if maybe he'll resurrect like Ramblin' Rabbit and be like Alexa's version of Ramblin' Rabbit. Well, it doesn't look likely because his decaying corpse was one of the prizes that the Funhouse puppets could have won. I think Mercy would have enjoyed that. Frog's legs for dinner would have been probably a good treat for Mercy the Buzzard. So it doesn't look like Friendship Frog is going to come back to the Firefly Funhouse anytime soon, which is super sad if you ask me. I think Friendship Frog should have been around much longer. When Bray did transform into the game show host, he was actually wearing his WWE Shop Let Us In t-shirt. So I thought that was kind of cool and worth mentioning. It's a really cool way to advertise the merchandise. So if he's going to be creative doing that, I'll happily advertise it on these videos. Of course, merchandise time. Fiend on the Scene was back. He was actually in the plant when the contestants were shown for the game show Let's Get Randy. So Fiend on the Scene is still in the Firefly Funhouse. And actually, while we're talking about merch, I've been meaning to talk about this t-shirt for a while. This again is on WWE Shop. It's Ramblin' Rabbit. It's an X-ray picture of him. And you can see there's a hand, because obviously, didn't know if you knew, it's a puppet. Breaking news. But of course, on the actual image, it clearly reads that the signature is Nurse Abigail. Now, I've been thinking about this. Now, if we're saying that that could be Abigail's hand inside Ramblin' Rabbit, being the nurse, if that's the case, does that mean Abby is controlling the puppets? Does that mean Abigail is still in charge of the Funhouse and that maybe Orton was unsuccessful all those years ago and actually Sister Abigail is really who's pulling all the strings? Even though you've seen him on this video already, the return of Muscle Man Bray. We haven't seen Muscle Man Bray for a while, but it happened tonight. And also the price for the crucifix and the corpse was $49.95. Like, Bray, hit me up, dude. I'd happily pay double that for both. I'm just saying, if you want to make a few quid, take them away from the Funhouse, send them to me. I'll pay import fees as well. Don't worry about that. I'll cover all of it. It's fine. Side note as well, when the Funhouse actually interrupted Randy Orton turned away. Randy Orton refused to watch. He was looking the other way in the arena, not at the Titantron, which I thought was kind of cool and worth mentioning. And also something you may not have known during the match between Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton, Bray Wyatt hit an atomic drop on Randy Orton. Now, why is that a big thing? Obviously, it's a tribute to Pat Patterson. Bray Wyatt did tweet out the other day a tribute message, a remembrance message about Pat Patterson and obviously what he meant to Bray. And it's very strange for Bray to do that. Obviously, that shows how much Pat Patterson meant to Bray Wyatt. You can read it there on the tweet. And I thought it was worth mentioning that atomic drop is a tribute to Pat Patterson. It used to be his finishing maneuver. So obviously, that's why you're seeing it a lot. I think Daniel Bryan did it on SmackDown as well. Now, there was no Alexa Bliss this week on the Firefly Funhouse or accompanying Bray to ringside. Now, that's fine, I think. I think Alexa is one of those people who deserves a day off once in a while. Obviously, the fact that Alexa has accompanied Bray to ringside before doesn't mean she has to every time. And we see Bray seemingly have some time off when Alexa was changing and stuff. So maybe that's what we're seeing. We're seeing Bray take over. Maybe in the future we'll see Alexa in the Funhouse by herself. I'm not concerned about it. A few people have DM'd me asking me what I think. I think they explained it very well. Alexa just was not there because of the way Randy Orton treated her last week. And also it's psychological mind games to maybe have Orton think that the weakness was exposed. So now Bray's keeping her safe, because we all wondered if that weakness was actually true or not. So maybe they're letting Randy continue thinking that for now, and then maybe revealing at TLC that she's not actually a weakness of the Fiend. I do think what we saw tonight on Raw only hypes up what we're going to see at TLC. Obviously, this is a huge match for the Fiend and Bray Wyatt. Randy Orton's probably one of his biggest rivals, and I don't think it's being rushed. I think it's being told perfectly. Why would the Fiend wait if he hates Orton? He's got the opportunity to go after him, haunt him, attack him. Of course you're going to do it. Why not? So I can't wait to see what level of insanity TLC delivers. Obviously tonight was really cool with the Funhouse Bray. It keeps it fresh still to see the Fiend at TLC. Obviously with what we saw at the end of Raw with Fiend attacking Orton was super cool. But I just genuinely feel like the Funhouse, everything we saw in the match was just done perfectly. It didn't take away from the fact we're literally going to see this match in 2 weeks, because it's a different character. It's a different person. And what can the Fiend do that Funhouse Bray didn't do will be very interesting to find out. But let me know your thoughts, and if you think you saw something that I missed on things you might have missed, let me know in the comment section down below. If you are new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, like the video, follow me again on Twitter at CWrestlingUK. Consider turning on those notifications on YouTube as well, and you'll be notified every time we make a video. I'll see you as always next time. Peace!